Podcast Network Asia.
You are listening to First Metro Securities Philippine Stock Market Weekly podcast, where we feature timely and relevant discussions on the Philippine stock market and the economy in the hope of providing you investing and trading guidance. Here's your host.
Hi investors! This is Anjz from First Metro Securities. If you're looking for trade ideas or wondering which stocks to watch out for, then you're in the right place. Today on Market Bites, I'll walk you through some key points from our latest company update on Megaworld Corp. We are maintaining our buy call for MEG with target price at 2.80 pesos. MEG's first half net income this 2025 rose by 25% year-on-year to 10.7 billion pesos, in line with our estimates. While consolidated revenues grew 10% year-on-year to 43.1 billion pesos, driven by broad-based growth. Here's a snapshot of the highlights from the 1H25 earnings. First up, their focus on the upper mid to high-end market is paying off. It's helping them grow residential revenues faster than peers. Second, leasing is looking really strong. They've already closed about 190,000 square meters in leasing transactions for the first half. That's already more than the 137,000 they booked for the whole of last year. Third, malls are officially back and better than pre-pandemic levels. That's thanks to a more premium tenant mix, an 11% jump in foot traffic year-on-year, and a 23% increase in average daily spend. And fourth, CapEx execution is right on track at 20.1 billion pesos. Almost all of that went into project development, with a small portion going into land banking. Now, let's talk about a few key data points to watch. Inventory levels are at 128 billion pesos, equivalent to about 13 to 14 months. Around 35% of that is ready for occupancy. Reservation sales still need to catch up. First half numbers only cover 42% of their 130 billion pesos full year target. Occupancy rates are steady. Offices are at 87%, while malls improved at 93%. On expansion, they launched their 36th township, the Nascala Coast in Batangas, and another one in the Visayas is coming before year-end. And in terms of new assets, 30,073 square meters were added to malls, with another 150,000 in the pipeline. For offices, nearly 50,000 square meters were added, with 99,000 square meters more expected by 2026. So, what could make us more bullish on MEG? A couple of things. Positive surprises in the office market, like lower vacancies and faster rental growth. And a meaningful reduction in residential inventory, especially in Metro Manila. Of course, there are also some risks to keep in mind. The ongoing POGO exit, hybrid work adoption, and even AI could continue to weigh on both office and residential demand. Weaker consumer spending could hurt malls. And on the global front, less favorable US outsourcing policies could also affect demand. Again, that's a buy call for MEG at 2.80 pesos target price. And that's it for today's podcast. Make sure to follow us on our socials for more updates. That's First Metro Securities for our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and FirstMetroSec on TikTok. Thanks for tuning in. Hope this has been helpful.
Thanks for listening to First Metro Securities Philippine Stock Market Weekly podcast. Don't forget to follow us to get first dibs on our new episodes. For more up-to-date market news and info, exclusive content, and the opportunity to connect with your fellow Filipino investors and traders, join facebook.com/groups/FirstMetroSec and be part of the First MetroSec family.
FirstMetroSec is providing this podcast as a general market commentary. Reference to any specific security, product, or entity do not constitute as an offer or a solicitation of an offer to buy or sell any financial instruments or to participate in any particular trading strategy. The statements, comments, views, or opinions expressed by the hosts are subject to change without notice, and FirstMetroSec is under no obligation to update, amend, change, or correct any of the statements, comments, views, or opinions expressed. The statements, comments, views, and opinions expressed by the guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the view of FirstMetroSec. FirstMetroSec disclaims any liability arising from reliance on or reference to any information obtained in this podcast.
The views and opinions expressed by the podcast creators, hosts, and guests do not necessarily reflect the official policy and position of Podcast Network Asia, the hosts of the program, or other programs of the network. Any content provided by the people on the podcast are of their own opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything.